Ezekiel 33 and verse 33 says, "And when this cometh to pass, and lo will come, then shall they know that a prophet hath been among them." I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakwadash. With double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, right? I want to emphasize that because those are the men and the elders that the Lord has set up through the Spirit to preach this word. And they have been doing this for 30, 40 plus years, longer than I've been alive. You know, those are the men, the only men pretty much that are bringing out this prophecy. You know, in the men of Great Millstone, right? You other camps are bringing out this prophecy, man, and you're saying it's something else, which is this is the MOTB, Revelation 13 and 16. But I also want to say shalom to all you brothers and sisters out there that are watching, all you spoken word Israelites that are out there scattered abroad, that look like the heathen nations, and shalom to all you brothers that are out there teaching. And I also want to say this video is for the Israelites only, the elect. You know, 2,000 people don't matter. The Israelites who you call today so-called black, so-called Hispanic, Native American, Puerto Rican, Dominican, Jamaican, Haitian, Guatemala, Panamanians. Those are the Israelites, always have been and always will be. But yeah, you know, hey, when this comes to pass, what do y'all other camps have to say? You know, because a lot of my videos, especially recently, in the past month and a half, I would say, have been on this prophecy. You know, and I make videos pretty frequently. You know, I'm not saying all my videos have just been about the MOTB. It has been about different things, but a lot of my videos have been, and that's just the spirit. You know what I mean? Because I don't just wake up, you know, intend on, you know, let me make a video about the C.HIP or the MOTB. Nah. You know, a lot of stuff that I see, I just, you know, if the Lord puts a spirit on me to make the video, I make the video, and that's what happens. You know, with me, man's going to the Lord. You know, how can a man understand his own way? But, and then now, since this prophecy is taking center stage, and, I mean, what can you other camps really say? I mean, you have to talk about it. You have to acknowledge that it at least exists. You know, you can't just not talk about it. You know, I want to get this in Romans 13 and 11, right? Because we don't have long, you know, until they bring in that digital system. It says Romans 13 and 11, it says, "And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep." So now is the time that it's the most precious time to awake out of, you know, coming out of the ways of America, coming out of the ways of being black, Hispanic, or Native American, or celebrating the ways of America. Because this place is going to collapse, man. You know, it's already collapsed spiritually. There's no spirituality in this place. You know, everything is, you know, evil. Everything is filled with witchcraft. You know, it never was set up by righteousness. It's set up by wickedness. But I'm going to read this again. It says, "And that knowing the time, and now it is high time to wake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believed." You see it. When this devil brings out this thing, man, when he fully comes out with this, hey, this is when the Lord's going to intervene, because I believe, as a matter of fact, I know, you know, pretty much that when this thing comes out and it's mandatory, right, it's going to be during the time of, you know, basically Jacob's trouble, man. All hell breaking loose, right? Because, you know, I know when I first came in this thing, my brother had a dream, and I say it pretty often. He had a dream about people getting this thing, man, and they was trying to give it to him, but he called on the name of the Lord, and the Lord made him disappear or something. You know, but this is during the time to where it was like no food too in a dream. And I know other brothers have had this thing, but it was the same situation. The people had to basically take it in order to basically get food. You know? But I want to read this, man. It says, read the article. It says, "The novelty of replacing one's home key with a C.HIP implant is gaining worldwide interest, right? Because they're making it popular. They're trying to make it basically a fad. They're gonna make it a trend. They're gonna use a lot of these celebrities, so don't be surprised. You know, they're gonna make it sound really convincing, but they won't deceive the elect. But it says, but there's another more compelling story under the surface. It says, why is this technology an integrated circuit the size of a grain of rice reviled by some and celebrated? So basically, Why is it basically like looked down upon and celebrated by some? Well, because some people know that it's the MOTB. Because you got a lot of Edomites, even though the Lord's not dealing with Esau, like that on that level. They know that it's not something that's of the Lord. They know that. The scriptures say the children of this world are wiser than the children of the light, which are Edomites. A lot of Edomites, a lot of so-called white people, they know that this thing is not of the Lord. They know that when you take this, you're basically submitting to man. You're submitting to their own people. And this is not what the Lord wants you to take. You know? It says right here, arguably William Shakespeare's Hamlet offers the most elegant explanation. Nothing is neither good or bad, but thinking makes it so. So, we know that we don't go off man's philosophies, man, or his ways of we don't trust him, man. There is a good or bad. There ain't no neutral or in between. The Lord don't deal with that. Let's get Colossians 2:8. Colossians 2:8. It says, beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, not after Mashiach. So we have to be aware, basically pay attention, be circumspect to, what's right and what's wrong. But we do that by filtering it through the scriptures, man. If the scriptures, talk about it, or if he speaks out against it, hey, we don't do it. And it says right here, it says today more than 50,000 people have elected to have a subdermal C.HIP surgically inserted between the thumb and the index finger and serve as that new swipe key. So this thing, man, when it comes out, when it's mandated, it's going to be used as a key. It's going to be used as a form of basically it's going to be used for transactions mainly, and it's going to have everything about you on there: your medical records, your school records, you know what I'm saying, where you're from. It's going to have your birth certificate on there, your passport. It's going to have everything on there. You ain't going to need no wallet. These devils have already came out and said that, and a lot of their interviews and meetings, they've said that. That's the future, which the future is here, right? Let's get Revelation 13 verse 16 to, because it said it was in their between their thumb. So it really don't matter where you get it, but these are key places that, people are going to get it. It says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or their foreheads, that no man might buy or sell, say that he had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. You see? So, right, that's what they're going to cause people to do, when all hell breaks loose, man, when there's no food. This is going to be the savior, basically, the new golden calf, so to speak. They're going to use this by means of saying that it's good for you as far as healing you if you're disabled or if you're handicapped, like, you don't have feeling in a leg or arm, or you can't see, like, if you're blind. That's how they're going to start off using it, or basically telling you that it's good for you. In ways like that, then it's going to venture off to, as far as using it for payment. But when this thing come out fully, it's going to happen quick, like the elders and apostles said. And they're going to be slow. Then that's when things are going to speed up even more. It says, in Germany, for example, more than 2,000 Germans have opted to receive these implants. One man even used it to store a link to his lab. So that these devils got the nerve of wanting you to take even more. Like I think I did a video on it like a month and a half ago about on the Dr. Phil show. You can look it up on YouTube. Type in Dr. Phil. He has his own channel. There was this lady on there. She was a witch. Coincidence? No, ain't no such thing. She had like 40-something C.HIPs in her. So she got the MOTB, And the scriptures say, thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. Right? When you being a witch, you're being rebellious. Even being a witch is not just you putting some potions in the pot and stirring it up. No. You could be a witch by just doing what the Lord tell you not to do, and you do it anyway. And that's rebellion. And it says rebellion is as a sin of witchcraft in 1 Samuel 15:23. Right? And I'm going to skip this part. We go to... Right? Because this is going to be the whole point of it, man. This is really about control, complete domination. Because this is how they're going to so-called capstone the new world that they want. They want to be like the Lord, man. The Lord knows your thoughts. The Lord knows where you are every second. And the Lord ultimately controls everybody on this planet. But, you know, through this devil being deceived, he's going to try to do this thing, man. And he will get a lot of people, but he won't get the elect of Israel. It says this technology is especially popular in Sweden as a substitute for paying with cash. And we know now, today, a lot of places you don't have to pay with cash. You can use your card, or it's contactless, or you know, you got it. I remember they had a coin shortage. You know, this is just another so-called reason, you know, to limit cash or to not use it. And everything is becoming basically robotic. You know, there's no more humans doing stuff no more. So, you know, they're not gonna take cash, and they're gonna bring this thing out, man. You know, sooner or later. You know, they're gonna bring this thing out, and hey, when that thing comes out, man, we're gonna be tempted, man. You know, but the Lord has the elect. The elect they're not gonna take this thing, man. Let's get Revelations 3:10. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, this truth. It says, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world. Remember, it said in Revelations 13, it says, and he calls it all. This is going to happen in the whole world. The U.S., Russia, China, India, Canada, South America, China, if I didn't already say, Africa. It's going to be everywhere, man. This is the temptation, because people are going to have to decide whether or not they're going to bow down to this man, or they're going to bow down to, you know, and they're not going to bow down, you know. But when this thing happens, you know, everybody's going to be tested. Everybody's going to have to be put through that fire. But the elect will come out unscathed. You know, the elect will be good. You know, the elect will not take this thing, man. It doesn't matter, you know, what happens during this time, man. But if you take it, the Lord, you know, deceived you if you took it. Let's get there in Job 12:16. It says, with him is strength and wisdom, and the deceiver and the deceiver are his. So if the Lord allows you to take this, man, the Lord didn't want you, man. You're going to have a lot of Israelites that take this, man. Even Israelites that know the Israelites, man. You know? I mean, because they just wasn't a part of the elect. And Lord willing, I don't take this, man. You know, because we're all subject. We don't know who's a part of the elect yet until that time comes. That's when we're going to know. You know? Let me get this in Habakkuk chapter 2 real quick. Habakkuk chapter 2. Right? Because it's here, man. You know, it's literally any day now. Because they plan on basically, this year I think they plan on setting this thing up. The CBDC. So, you know, this is how they're going to do it, you know. But there's going to be some, you know, catastrophic major event that takes place for them to bring this thing in. To introduce it to everybody and to mandate it. They're going to call something big to happen, like an EMP or something to that effect. Because it ain't going to just happen like that. But, you know, they do plan on bringing in the CBD system, you know, bringing it up and running this year. So I think they plan on probably bringing the C.HIP out probably at least at the end of this year, or maybe next year at the latest. Because everything is about to collapse, and the U.S. just hit their debt, you know, ceiling or whatever. So they're going to have to find a way to basically fix that. And what better way than to collapse the system and, you know, do away with the old and bring in the new. It makes perfect sense. Let's get this in the book of Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 3. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. And now it's not tarrying, man. And we're at the end of Esau's world. And this is a part of his world. And he wants to bring in a new world. He think he gonna be at the end of bringing a new world, continue going. No, the Lord, as soon as he do this, man, the Lord's gonna intervene for the elect. You know, some elect men's gonna get spiritual power. Some elect men's gonna have angels intervene. You know, some elect men's gonna be martyrs for not taking this thing. That's also Revelations 2, but I'm not gonna get it. But you know, some elect men will be beheaded for not taking this thing, man. And that's why it says some should be killed in Revelations. They're not gonna kill you if you don't eat pork, like right now, you know, or if you don't do other things, like, you know, even when that time comes, if you don't be gay, it's gonna ultimately be if you don't take that C.HIP, that makes it the mark. It ain't nothing else, you know. So I just wanted to bring this out, man. You know, to warn the sheep, you know, because we're here, you know. Call Allah YASHAMIAHLA, man. It's 1044, 144,000. You know, I just wanted to bring this out and warn the sheep, man, because we don't got a lot of time left, man, to we're at the end, you know, and this is gonna happen, whether you like it or not. You know, elect is not gonna take this thing, man. You know, Lord willing, these other camps, you know, whoever the elect is, they come out of this soon. And they will come out of it if they are the part of the elect. But you know, I'm gonna close out. Lord willing, this is edifying. I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Kakwadash. Double honor to elders, apostles, great millstone. Shalom to the elect. Awab, Shalom.